What's up guys, here is Hirwa and this is our last video on CRUD on this project stock manager demo. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the code on the button of delete. So to be able to delete data from the database, we need the following things. First of all, we need to be able to click on a specific row. After clicking on a row, we want that on the specific row that we selected or clicked on, would be able to click on the button of delete, and data about this row will be deleted, removed from this input fields also, and the table will also be updated. So this is what I'm going to do. So what are we going to use to be able to delete data from this row or from the database table? What we're going to do is first of all going to create an event handler from the delete button. So you say event action performed, and then we say what we actually need is simply a key, primary key, or a value that will be helping us to say we want to delete. So what we're going to use is we're going to first get a key, and let's say string selected name, or we can also say stock st equals to stock, and then we say st dot set the name, so here what we said or what we did is this. We already have selected a value. We have a value that was selected, a selected name. For this means that whenever we click here on the specific row on the table, we get a value selected name. The selected name variable receives the name of a specific product that is selected. So we want to send this name to a method called delete inside this class stock DAO. So after, we're going to do pretty much the same as we have done here. We're going to display reset and then display what we have got. So now I'm going to say, I'm going to first create a method in this stock DAO, and let's say public void delete, and then this method is what we're going to call. This method we use this class, and this method is what we're going to call in this method of deleting, in this delete button action performed method. So we're going to say, we're going to first call this stock DAO class, stock stdao, and this stdao is just a new object name I gave this stock DAO class, and then this stdao is going to be given the method of deleting. And what is going to delete? It is going to delete data using this selected name variable that is going to be sent to. And then later, what we're going to do, as usual, is display the updated values in the table, reset the text fields, and then we say that we have deleted data successfully. And so coming back to the codes of deleting from this std or like codes from this stock DAO class, we're going to see how we can make a method that will be deleting data. So here we go. Here we're dealing with we're dealing with this specific method. The first thing we get is connection. Get connected, and after getting connected, we create a query that will be deleting data. And after inside this query, you are going to say delete from stock where, and here we only have one placeholder, which is name, where the name is equal to the value we are going to put in the placeholder. So we're saying we're going to delete everything, the row from the stock database table, where the name of that row is the name that we have inserted or have selected in our project, in this specific table. If we selected cakes 1 2 3, so or cakes 1 2, this row, this name is the one that is going to be put here in this placeholder. So then the next thing is using the prepare statement to create a statement, to prepare a statement. So I'm going to prepare a statement using this delete query. And then finally, or before the last thing, is we catch this exception. And finally, after catching this exception, we say ps.setString setString1, because here we have only one placeholder, so we're going to use the get name, and then we say first statement.execute update. So this is it. And then finally, we want that after doing whatever we have to do here, we get disconnected. So by summarizing what you have been doing is, here in this method called delete, we're going to use the value that have been sent from this stock manager. We were sent a method, we were sent a value which contains the selected name. We sent that selected name into this method delete, which is found in this stock DAO class. And this name is going to be used here in this excuse me. Yep. So as I was saying, we were given this name to be used as a key whenever I want to delete something from this stock table from the database. So here we used only one placeholder. This is why we only used one, and then this is it. So let's run the project and see whether it really deletes some data from the database. So let's, for instance, say want to delete this specific row, the first row of data, we want to delete it. When we click on delete, yes, it is done. It is successfully deleted. You get the message, data is removed from the table is updated, and then data here, the inputted data is also updated, and that's it. So I think this is the end of this project. This project was working on how to save, update, and delete data, and finally also display the inserted data from the database. So what we pretty much did is, and what we should actually go home with, is that the logic of Java is that to be able to make things clear and to be able to pretty much see how things were done, you need to first of all understand the concept of methods, of classes, and how to call classes, the concept of variables and how to use variables inside classes. You have pretty much seen that at some points here, I have called some classes from other from other packages. For instance, here in this project, you have been using this class database connector when we wanted to make some activities related to the database. For instance, like getting connected, getting disconnected, using the result set, the prepared statement, and everything related to the database. So what we did is we created an object of that class, we instantiated it, and we gave it a name. So this variable name was standing for this database connector class. So having this variable name, we were pretty much able to like modify data. Like we were able to, for instance, use this database connector class variables from that class in here in these methods. Let me find them. Like from here on the display in table, here when displaying data in table, you pretty much know that we have to select that data from the database. So to be able to select data from the database, we need to be connected to the database. So how do we get connected? We need to use a class. We have a class here that can handle those activities. So what we do is we use that class, and from that class you can be able to reach two methods inside that class. And inside that class we have a method like method that helps us to get connected, to get disconnected, and pretty much everything else. So this is how we can use variables and classes and methods inside others. So I think the most important thing here is to pretty much get used to it. You need to like do it many times and try to even make simpler things or use simpler codes to be able to do pretty much everything. So this is a big project. It is a comparatively big project. So if you want to understand how to save data in the database, you first need to simply start with uh, some codes that saves only 2 or 3 data in the database. After finding that you can save 2 rows of data in the database, you now shift to displaying that data in a table. And after displaying that table in the table, you like find like how you can be able to select the display data from the database. After finding how you can select that data from the database, you can be able to update, delete, and do pretty much everything you want from the database. So I think this is it. Like yeah, we'll meet the next time if we'll be having something else to deal with.